What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Fair Review Friday. This is not a normal Fair Review Friday. I'm not even reviewing nothing. I'm just talking about my favorite movies of 2024. Let's get into it. Disclaimers. This is not by any means any ranking, because some stuff are just children's movie I felt obligated to watch with my children, and some are just like, I enjoy a good scare sometimes. Don't really get scared of movies. Top of the list, first movie I thought of was Dune Part 2. I thought it was great, looked great, sounded great, acting was great. Don't really recall soundtrack too much, but it was a very, very solid film. I thought it was a great way to follow up after the first movie. And it's been so good, it makes me want to read the books at this point. But I don't know when I'm going to get to that. There's other books I got to read right now. But moving forward, I have Oddity. Oddity is a horror movie based in the Blumhouse universe, where they have the, apparently this lady is a collector in the movie, and she has some other stuff from other movies I've seen, like what's the name of it? I can't think of the rabbit in one of the movies, but very, very odd movie, and quite unpredictable actually, because it keeps you guessing about, okay, is this woman blind? Can she kinda see what's going on here? Then her weird interaction with her, I guess her brother-in-law, and she's investigating the mysterious murder of her sister, and they're trying to figure out what happened and who did it. And so she brings in this creepy wood statue thing, and I guess it's bonded to her, and she uses it to deliver justice. So that's Oddity. If you like horror movies, or I guess it's kind of like a psychological thriller movie along with some horror stuff, check it out. My next on my list is another horror movie. I think it got a little more hype than what it was due, but it was called Longlegs with Nicolas Cage. Nicolas Cage has honestly been killing in the horror scene right now. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just his face or his facial expressions, but he's been killing it, and seeing Nick Cage in drag was honestly kind of disturbing. Longlegs is about a child who grew up and is trying to figure out she's a detective of some sorts, and she's trying to figure out what's going on with these murders, and catch this long leg killer. And it turns out it's a little bit more darker and a more spiritual aspect to how he's getting these killings done. And I'm not going to spoil it, no spoilers here, but if you like horror movies, once again, go ahead and check out Longlegs. I would say it's definitely worth the watch. Next, a fun little movie, fun kids movie that honestly impressed me. I thought it was going to be kind of corny. And Harold and the Purple Crayon. Harold and the Purple Crayon. Crayon. Yes, this movie not only held my attention, but held my son's attention, both of them, which is kind of hard to do. And it's fun nature, even having jokes that were, I like jokes that are more character distributed, and jokes that are like puns off that character's persona in the movie, which this did very, very well. I think when a character can be genuinely funny just from being themselves, and from the written characterization of that character makes comedy great, from the kind of comedy that I like for the most part. And I'd say this movie definitely does that quite well, with making Harold's magical nature coming from a storybook, not knowing the real world, making it hilarious. Him not knowing what to do or making things and just thinking he's being helpful, meanwhile just causing chaos. Hilarious. The next movie is an action movie, The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare. This movie might be my favorite. If I could give a number one, just off rip out of this list, this would probably be the number one. It's bloody, it's funny and witty. It's based off of historical events. Cast was amazing. The dialogue and the whole plot of the movie, great. The execution. Next, I have Godzilla x Kong. This might be on the bottom of my list. I don't think I got a chance to watch a lot of movies in 2024, let alone if it was a movie. I just wasn't that impressed. But it was cool. It was a cool little action movie. I enjoyed seeing Godzilla and King Kong team up one more time. The villain choices were interesting, having like an evil King Kong with like a whip or something, and him having ice dragon, the opposite of Godzilla, basically fight for him. I cannot remember the dragon's name. I really don't. But yeah, solid movie, solid action movie. I like watching giant creatures fight each other. I mean, let them fight, right? That's what we're here for. And next, I have to say, has Nicolas Cage, and again, Arcadian. I was impressed by this movie. The special effects weren't the greatest, but the story, the way it was presented, even how the monsters maneuvered, impressed me. Just the creativity from having this monster that like snaps his jaws, looks hideous, and then I guess it like consumes you whole or something. I don't know, just some weird scene about how they go about things, and apparently they burrow underneath you. So they can burrow underneath you and sink your building or sink where you're living at, or even get up underneath you and pop holes up where you're living, or set traps from you, apparently. And they even can stack onto each other like ants to follow you and become like a wheel or something. And they displayed a little bit more intelligence along with some squish. I don't think they were that powerful, that not that scary. If a teenager could take one out by themselves, not that scary, but as a pack, very horrifying. But Nicolas Cage isn't scared of them, so sometimes I guess it just takes a dad, right? Then next, I have Roadhouse. Roadhouse has Jake Gyllenhaal and Conor McGregor. I like action movies, especially action movies that feature bar fights, and this has a very memorable bar fight for me. Well choreographed, good fight scenes. The plot was interesting. Jake Gyllenhaal never ceases to not impress whenever he's in an action movie like this.
Yeah.
Katie Kim is our new jackpot winner. Happy hunting, LA.
I definitely didn't get the part, so there's no need for the death stare. If you kill me, you get it all. So why the hell would I trust you?
You treat people like you want to be treated.
Oh, you dirt-faced me!
And lastly, I got an animated movie. One of the few animated movies I got to watch. DC, what was it? The third installment of the multiverse. The multiverse? I can't remember the name. All I know was I read the comic when it came out, and this was a pretty interesting take on it. Definitely like the comic book quite a bit better, but hey, the DC animated stuff doesn't disappoint pretty often. They do their adaptations, but they're pretty good though. So that is my top 10 movies, at least the movies I got a chance to see and enjoy in 2024. Let me know which one you want me to review. So I'll see y'all next Friday. Peace.